Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers finally make a move to bolster frontcourt depth. Lakers fans are desperately waiting for trades to improve the roster as we approach the February 6th deadline. Instead of a blockbuster deal, however, the front office continues to make moves on the margins that don't move the needle enough. The latest of those transactions came on Wednesday evening. First, the Lakers released promising young guard Quincy Olivari. Later, they used that roster spot to sign center Jimson III. Despite being 25 years old, Jimson is in his second season in the NBA. After starting his collegiate career at Clemson, he transferred to his hometown team, the University of Alabama at Birmingham, following his sophomore season. He played for 3 more seasons, averaging 9.1 points and 8.4 rebounds per game as a senior for the UAB Blazers. He went undrafted in the 2023 NBA Draft but spent some time with the Wizards and the Grizzlies as a rookie. In fact, he started 14 games for Memphis last season, averaging 7.4 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks per game in 24.9 minutes of action. In the 2024 offseason, he signed with the New Orleans Pelicans and played in 16 games as their third-string center. He continued to be dominant on the boards and in the paint in his limited minutes before getting waived earlier in January. Jimison's offensive game is a work in progress, to be sure. His contribution on that end comes on the boards. The Lakers will certainly not be relying on him on that end. At 6'11" and 260 pounds, Jimson provides physicality and defensive intensity, things that other backup center options like Jackson Hayes and Christian Wood, who has yet to play this season, can't offer. Now, Jimson will try to establish his NBA career in Los Angeles. Even though he is a worthy flyer, the Lakers desperately need to trade for a more proven frontcourt player before the deadline to become a more serious playoff team. Perfect hypothetical trade between Lakers and Hawks involves 6 players and 2 future picks. The Los Angeles Lakers could land 2 major new additions in a trade with the Atlanta Hawks, where they give up assets. The Los Angeles Lakers are fighting to maintain a top 6 seed in the West. If they manage to do it, it would be the first time in the play-in era that the Lakers make the playoffs without fighting their way in. Even if bona fide championship contention might not be on the cards, the Lakers can take a huge step towards that if they make the right trades this season. There are key problem areas the team needs to reinforce before they struggle to maintain their current winning pace. The Atlanta Hawks are in the middle of the East, halfway between a contender and a rebuilding franchise. While the team has acquired a good core of young stars to build around, there are many question marks still on the roster. Instead of riding out a mediocre season to the end, the Hawks could consolidate solid future assets by making a deal with the Lakers to help fix their shooting and big man issues. Trade details: Los Angeles Lakers receive Onyeka Okongwu, $14.0 million, Bogdan Bogdanović, $17.0 million, Atlanta Hawks receive Rui Hachimura, $17.0 million, Jared Vanderbilt, $10.4 million, Jalen Hood-Schifino, $3.8 million, 2029 first-round pick, LAL, 2025 second-round pick, LAL. The Lakers acquire solutions for 2 of the major problems on their current roster. Bogdanović is a veteran shooter, whereas Okongwu is a switchable big man who'd fill out their need for size in the frontcourt and be complementary with Anthony Davis. The Hawks can continue retooling their roster by consolidating assets and gaining future flexibility. The Lakers are currently holding the number 6 seed in the West, but their performances indicate they're probably functioning at the highest level their current roster is capable of. This is pretty shocking considering the availability of both LeBron James and Anthony Davis has been great, with the pair combining to miss 5 games this season. The Lakers need to add players who can enhance their level of play while increasing the ceiling of achievement for this Lakers team. Onyeka Okongwu is a young and moldable center who's averaging 11.2 points and 7.4 rebounds this season. Okongwu would fill the Lakers' need for another center, likely allowing Anthony Davis to finally switch back to power forward. With a rebounder and interior defender like Okongwu backing him up, Davis can be at his most impactful as a free-roam defender who's always lurking around the corner. Bogdan Bogdanović is averaging 10.7 points this season, seeing a stark reduction in his minutes. The shooting specialist is a career 38.2% shooter from three and would be a huge addition to the Lakers' lackluster shooting group this season. Being over-reliant on a rookie like Dalton Knecht to be the best shooter on the roster isn't sustainable, so Bogdanović adds a competitive touch. The Hawks are embracing a new play style with defensive pieces Quinn Snyder appreciates more. The play of both Jalen Johnson and Dyson Daniels has been heavily elevated this season, while Okongwu finds himself lost in the mix. His rotational spot still isn't solidified alongside Clint Capella, showing the team might be looking for a different mold at the five altogether. They can add a temporary stopgap to that by acquiring Jared Vanderbilt, who's about to make his season debut within the next week. Vanderbilt is a new-age big who can virtually guard all five positions. His offense is underwhelming, so the Hawks will likely look to the draft or free agency to continue figuring out their center core while selling high on Okongwu. Rui Hachimura is averaging 12.2 points and 5.2 rebounds this season. He'd be a great backup for and be the final piece on what would be one of the most robust frontcourt rotations in the NBA with Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, and Zachary Siasher. Jalen Hood-Schifino could be a project guard for the future, but his utility will take a while to be uncovered. A 6 feet 5 inches combo guard can have a high ceiling. The Hawks would struggle to move on from either player with a first-round pick, so combining them to land that alongside a second-round pick and manageable contracts is a huge coup. Massive trade proposal: see Lakers lands $28 million scorer. The Los Angeles Lakers are expected to be one of the more active teams ahead of the NBA trade deadline. Following the move to land wing defender Dorian Finney-Smith, many around the league are wondering what's next for Los Angeles. The Lakers are in a unique spot where they can either go all in for another star or just add more talent around the edges. In this new trade scenario, Los Angeles does the latter and builds up more depth for the postseason around stars LeBron James and Anthony Davis. After looking over the new CBA restrictions and using the SpotTrack trade machine, here is what a deal could look like. The trade would be between the Lakers, Charlotte Hornets, and Utah Jazz. Lakers receive Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, and Seth Curry. Hornets receive Jared Vanderbilt, Patty Mills, and a 2025 second-round draft pick. Jazz receive Gabe Vincent, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Christian Wood, protections off the 2027 first-round draft pick that Los Angeles owes Utah, a 2029 first-round draft pick, and a 2026 second-round draft pick from the Hornets. This move helps the Lakers in a multitude of ways. First off, they get a dynamic scorer in Clarkson, who can take some of the burden off others in the second unit. It would be a reunion for Clarkson as he spent the first few seasons of his career with the Lakers. For the season, Clarkson has averaged 16.0 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game. Clarkson is the type of microwave scorer who could help take over a playoff game or series. Additionally, he can handle running the offense for Los Angeles since they would be moving Vincent in this deal. Kessler would give the Lakers some additional size up front, alongside Davis. Los Angeles has lacked depth in the front court all season, and the former Auburn Tigers product could help. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jordan Clarkson? Leave your opinion in the comments.